So I get a lot of DMs sometimes about you guys that want to start up a YouTube channel and ask me how to do it. Now, I'm no professional. I barely am under 2,000 subscribers. I'm getting close to 2,000, but I'm barely under that number. But I've been doing YouTube videos for about 2 years now, and so I kind of wanted to make a video to help people out that want to start their YouTube channel in the automotive world specifically. So this is gonna be 6 tips on how to start your automotive YouTube channel. Let's get it. So thing number 1 is just to simply record. People always hit me up and say, hey, I want to do a YouTube video. How do I get started? How do I do all this? And I say, have you recorded anything? Have you made any content? Have you done anything about that? Because if you haven't, then do it. And that's not a bad thing if you haven't, because sometimes it's hard to just go out there and record. But once you do it, you kind of rip the Band-Aid off and you've got started, and now you can go from there and learn lessons. You see, once you start recording, you're already ahead of 50% of people that want to start a YouTube channel in general. A lot of people say, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel and start doing cooking or fitness or cars or something along that line. And all they do is talk about it and they never actually record. That is one of the biggest steps of trying to start the channel, because you can't start a channel without recording. And a lot of the times people are so scared that their content's gonna be bad, that they're not gonna get liked, or that they're not gonna get any views or subscribers. And let me tell you, 90% of that is true. But you can't really learn on how to improve until you start doing it. Be creative, but don't be creative. Now, what do I mean by that? Obviously, to make YouTube and to make people want to click on you, they want to see things that are different. But at the same time, if you're completely different with something, you're not gonna get a whole lot of clicks, as well as sometimes you might find an idea from somebody else that you can flip into your own way. Now, what do I mean by that? So what I mean by that is that you can learn from other people on how to make content based off of content that they've already made. Now, before I get hosed for copywriting or doing something that's not original, hear me out, because I mean something a little bit more specific than that. Now, don't get me wrong, you should be making content that's completely original and that you made off of your ideas. But sometimes something can spark in your head from one other person's idea and can help you with your own idea. Now, I want to make things very, very clear. We do not need another Adam LZ, TJ Hunt, Evan Shanks, Dustin Williams, all those other people. We don't need those because those people are already existing. But if one of them made an idea and you kind of want to put your own flake on that, not necessarily completely copywriting them and completely taking it, but just going, hey, I like this video idea, I want to do something similar and make it my own. You're gonna be creative by making it your own content and making it special to you and not completely taking it from them. But you might have found an idea from someone else, and there's really nothing wrong with that. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. So this leads me to step 3. It is really important on how you advertise yourself, whether that's Instagram, Facebook, because that's how you get yourself out there. But it's important how you advertise yourself based off of the social media app that you're using. Check this out. Okay, and just one more. Perfect. Let's say that and Okay, so let's go over why this picture is so bad. Let's throw it up on the screen. So at the top, you can see, go to my YouTube channel at RJ136 and click my most recent video. That's way too long. People aren't going to sit there and read this entire story post. This was just one story. New video live, a bunch of stickers everywhere, different Snapchat emojis, a date going on there, and the STI getting circled. It is way, way, way too much. So get this out of here. So the way that it's a lot easier is, first of all, know who your followers are. If you have a bunch of people following your Instagram that are your mom's friends from the book club, odds are they're not going to be watching the video. You got to find the social media that has the demographic. You got to find the social media that has a demographic. So by all means, go ahead and post on Instagram, but where are you going to get the most clicks from? Do you have a lot of car friends from Snapchat? Do you have a lot of car friends on Twitter? Advertise on those properly, but make it short, sweet, and to the point. New video live, go click on the link in the bio. Because then that way, people, all they have to do is go to your bio and click the link. They don't have to go try to find the video, because a lot of searching means like a lot of people are gonna give up. And that's the last thing you wanna do. You want people to click on your video. So advertise, 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 but don't overdo it. And please, I cannot stress this enough, don't be a sub for sub, like for like. That is not how you get active subs. I've been that person, trust me, but the thing is those sub for sub, like for like peoples, those people are just subbing so then they can get a sub, and neither of you guys are actually watching the videos. The whole point is the views. Yes, subs are great, but the whole point of the views, and you're not going to get views from subs to subs and likes for likes. Just a little point there. Minus the fact that the lighting is on point and I look really dramatic right now, like, wow, it looks pretty good. But the whole state is on fire right now, so it looks gorgeous outside, but at the same time, it's really sad. All of this right here is smoke, and the sun is covered by all of that smoke. So, really sad view of Colorado, but... So what does searchable content mean? Well, that means content that's not super broad, where my car vlog compared to my E36 wheel install. Something that's a little bit more condensed, that's not super detailed. It says this yellow thing that is breakable, that is also in front of my E30, and the date is October 16th. People aren't gonna view that. Obviously no one would have that title. But if you're like, my car vlog 1, or my BMW, or my new car, you gotta do something that people want to see. Once you start getting bigger, then you can start doing things more like that, because people are gonna wanna just see content because of your name. But right now at the start, people are gonna wanna see content because of the name of the title, as well as a good thumbnail. So a good thumbnail compared to cars is if it's just me in front of the car. Might not help, but if it's the car and I'm having a reaction, oh, that's a totally different subject and something that might be clickable, or clickbait as people like to call it. Now, some people aren't a big fan of clickbait, but it is needed in this sort of field. You don't want to completely lie, but you don't want to say too boring of a title. You know, what happened to my E30? Did my E30 blow up? Where's my STI? Am I in legal trouble? Stuff like that is a totally different story compared to 2JZ swapped my E30 and that didn't happen. You still gotta be honest, people. You don't want to lie. People don't like liars. It's 2020. Lying kind of freaking sucks, you know? To a new YouTuber, what is clickbait? Well, clickbait is exactly what it sounds. It baits you into clicking on the video. You have to make a thumbnail and a title that baits people into clicking into your video. You have to sell people on making them watch your video. If it's too boring of a thumbnail, too boring of a title, people simply aren't gonna watch it, not because they're trying to be mean, but because it's not clickable enough, if that makes sense. But just like any YouTuber fashion, okay, don't mind the dirty window here, but have a really nice shot that I just want to take, because it's like the sun's setting. So let's take it. pro tip for YouTube. Try not to care about what people think. That's a huge thing. You gotta take weird shots. You gotta pull over at random spots. You gotta do something that's a little risky, that's different than other people. So I guess that's a little half tip for you. Just like if you're in school or you're in sports or just really anything, you don't know what you don't know. Now, how do you know what you want to know if you don't know what you don't know? Study. That makes sense, right? Pretty sure that makes sense. So how does one study YouTube? Well, this one's probably the easiest and most fun to do. So let me explain. Now here's the thing, is that the more you study how YouTube works as a whole, the more successful you can become. If I just sit here and try to learn from absolutely nothing, you're never gonna learn it all. What does that mean? Learn how editing works. Watch YouTube videos on Premiere Pro, Final Cut, whatever you're using. Watch videos about your camera, how to work microphone audio, how to color grade, how to have a pretty sick background in YouTube videos. You just got to study, study, study. This kind of ties in with one of the ones that we just talked about with the creativity, but as well, you gotta study the platform. How do things work? Tags, other things like that. It's really important. Also, yes, I'm in the middle of the road. Look at this. Look at this view. Woo! It's just this perfect spot to do it. This is a pretty dead road, so it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. Hate me for having fun. So this leads us to the 6th and final tip. Can I help you? She just loves her dad so much that she always has to just greet me, give me smooches. Hey, I'm doing something right now. So this leads us to the 6th and final tip, and that is do it for yourself. This one's the last one, but definitely not the least and probably the most important. YouTube, we have seen a lot of people be very successful and make a ton of money and become rich, famous, and everything that you think that they want. But a lot of people that do that aren't doing YouTube for that reason. They do it for a different reason, and let me explain. A lot of people do YouTube because they enjoy doing YouTube. They enjoy video editing, they enjoy video recording, they enjoy the experience and the culture and everything like that, and that's why you should do it. If you're doing it just so you can get some extra money, it might not be as fun as you would like it to be. Reason being is that you won't enjoy it. You're just going to be doing it for one other thing instead of the whole enjoyment of something. Just go ahead and look at something that you really enjoy, even if it is cameras, if it's something else. Now imagine working for that. It's a whole lot easier to be motivated through that than it is through something that is not that. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for every single one of you guys of watching. This video took 3 days to make. That's a lot longer than a lot of videos this style would take. But I'm busy. I got a full-time job and I got a lot going on in my life. And that's something similar to, like, I'm just posting. I'm not feeling rushed to make this video so I can still make solid quality content for you guys, but at the same time, I'm busy as hell, and so this is all I can do to post for you guys. So I appreciate every single one of you guys who are watching these videos. Guys, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to post once a week, if not once every other week. Make sure that you guys drop a like on this video. And, you know, I don't have a really good thing to say. The Broncos won, so happy about that. Beat the Patriots, so the next video with the STI that you guys see, it's going to be tinted. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Got it for free, so. Have a good Sunday. Alright, so that leads me into fuck. Okay, so this leads me into thing. So this fuck! This leads me into thing number 3.
Keep going there right as you start talking. So. You have to run all the way up and down, Dad.
Recording?